Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry it took so long to get some fresh content out to you, but here we are today, back with a bang with braised short ribs. These were so juicy and tender, it would just fell apart, and I can't wait to share this recipe with you guys. So don't forget to pause and take a screenshot, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. So first we're going to start with our short ribs. I have about 8 boneless short ribs. You can use bone-in if you'd like as well. Boneless is a great option if you want short ribs, but your budget is a little low. Boneless is just a great alternative. Bone-in is definitely going to give you some more flavor, but this is a great alternative as well. So we're going to generously season on all sides with salt and pepper before we add to our flour mixture, which is a quarter cup of arrowroot starch and a quarter cup of cultured buttermilk powder. Now the buttermilk powder is totally optional. It does help create some more tenderness for the beef, but again, if you don't have it, you don't feel like going to the store and looking for it, totally leave it out and it will be just fine. So on our saute setting in the Instant Pot, we are going to sear our meat on all sides. And what this is going to do is to make sure that all of the juices are locked into the meat, and it's going to help the meat just be more tender and fall apart at the end. Now, if you don't have an Instant Pot or you prefer cooking on the stove, you could totally do this like in a Dutch oven or something. Sear your meat and then you'll just cook it on low for a few hours. So here I'm adding my veggies. I have 3 stalks of celery, 3 carrots, 1 onion, and 1 shallot. And I'm going to cook these down for a few minutes before I add my garlic so it doesn't burn. And then the shallot is totally optional. If you don't have it, you could totally omit it. I just had some extra lying around, so I figured why not throw it in. So next, season in layers as always. I'm just doing salt and pepper today for this recipe. You could totally spice this up some more with your favorite seasonings if you like. I'm just keeping it really simple today. So next we're just going to deglaze the pan, which simply means just to break up all of the brown bits from the bottom of the pan. So after it's cooked for a few minutes, I'm going to add in my garlic and just continue to incorporate it. And then as these veggies cook down, the natural oils will be released and will help those brown bits to come off the bottom of the pan. So next I'm going to throw in 2 tablespoons of tomato paste and just let this caramelize a little bit, just for about a minute or 2. And then I'm going to add in my red wine. Here I have 2 cups of red wine, and I recommend using a dry red wine such as a Cabernet or a Pinot. And then we're going to add in our beef stock, 2 cups of beef stock. And this is pretty much it for the sauce. It's very simple. I'm also going to add in a couple tablespoons of butter and some fresh herbs at the end, just to help with some richness and some aromatics. So after that, go ahead and add your beef back in to your pot. And we're just going to make sure everything is well distributed and submerged in the liquid. And there goes those tablespoons of butter. I have 3 tablespoons and some fresh thyme and rosemary. Add as much or as little as you'd like. And then we're going to put our lid on. Make sure your ring is in proper place and your pot is in the seal mode. And we're going to cook this on meat for 30 minutes. Again, this is boneless. If you have bone-in, you will need to cook it longer, probably about 40 to 45 minutes. And if you are cooking on the stove, you're going to want to cook this for a good 4 or more hours until the meat is just fork tender and falling apart. So once it's done cooking, I did a natural release for 15 minutes and then I just manual release the rest of the pressure, and then I'm going to remove the meat from the sauce because I want to blend the sauce to make it really just creamy, silky, and luxurious. So here you can see I have my meat off to the side, and I'm going to pour in all of the sauce and those cooked down veggies into a blender and just puree this for about a minute or two until everything is smooth. And then back into your pan on the saute mode if you're using the Instant Pot. And the purpose of this is just to thicken that sauce. And to help thicken it, I'm just using a simple slurry with a 1/4 cup of water and a couple tablespoons of arrowroot starch. You can substitute the arrowroot starch in this recipe for cornstarch or tapioca starch if that's what you prefer. And that is it for the sauce, guys. And we paired this with some mashed potatoes, that luxurious gravy, and I also did some honey spice roasted carrots, which was just to die for. So I cannot wait for you guys to try this out and let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.